Our second school today is Upper Iowa University. The Peacocks enter the 2023 season as a first-year league member, following their association in the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, where they went 1-10 in the NSIC in 2022. In the GLVC preseason poll just released, the coaches picked Upper Iowa to finish 7th. Joining us today is head coach Jason Hoskins, sophomore tight end Eddie Burgess, and junior defensive back Zacarius Murray. And welcome to you guys here today. Coach, as you enter your 4th year as head coach, but first in the GLVC, tell us what your expectations are that you have for your team for the 2023 campaign with the new league and competition.
Well, like we do every year, our expectations is to have our kids continue the process each day and prepare through our fall camp, and then as we get into game week, put in a good week of preparation to give ourselves a shot to win on Saturday. So we always tell the kids our biggest thing is we don't really win or lose games on Saturday. It's that body of work, and we just put on Saturday. You're putting your preparation on display on Saturday. So that's really all I want to see from the guys is, hey, give us good attitude, come in, prepare the way we need to prepare, and find a way to give ourselves a shot to win a football game.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about the offense. A hefty 62 returners for your program this year, 11 which are starters, and 6 being on the offensive side of the ball, which includes Eddie sitting next to you. Tell us about your offense, and if you foresee any significant changes to it now that you'll be competing in a new league.
No, actually, we'll continue to do what we want to do. So we have our philosophy and what we feel is gives our football team the best chance to win. So we're going to continue to do what we do. We have been extremely young. Like you mentioned, Eddie next to me, he played as a true freshman last year at tight end and started there. So we've had in the last 2 years 17 true freshmen actually play for us in the last 2 years. So those kids are finally starting to get mature, bought into what we're doing, and it's just trying to see how fast we can get our young team to mature. So this should be a year now. We've got a lot of kids coming back that have played a lot more college football. It's time for this team to take the next step.
Thank you, Coach. Eddie, you'll be entering your 2nd season with the program. Talk about how you felt during your freshman campaign and what you're looking forward to in year 2.
Yeah, I learned a lot. We're really excited about this year. We've been working really hard in the summer and in the off season, and we're just really looking forward to seeing what we can do when the season comes around.
Thank you. Coach, give us a preview of your defense. 5 starters return, including Zacarius next to you, who is a huge part of your unit that with 45 tackles, 2.5 of those for loss, 1 sack, and 9 pass breakups. What are some of the things you're looking forward to this season out of your defensive unit?
Same thing that we're talking about with our offense. Those kids have now started to mature. I took back over the defense last year, so this will be the 2nd year in the scheme that I want to run. So there is a big shift between your first year and your 2nd year, where now those kids have had an entire season, an entire off season, another fall camp to put all that together. So I feel like even throughout the summer, our kids feel more confident about what it is that we're running on the defensive side of the ball. It's allowed them to play a lot faster. We've got a lot more leadership. Zacarius sitting next to me is a big part of that, helping to lead kind of a young secondary group. That's the one area that we are pretty young, so he's going to bring some veteran leadership to it. And then we've got a ton of kids that we've played up front in the D-line. We're still young there. We played 4 true freshmen up front in the D-line, but it's an extremely talented group. So we feel good about getting those guys bought into what we're doing schematically and playing a heck of a lot more faster.
Thank you, Coach. Zacarius, you're coming into your 3rd year, so you have a little extra experience compared to Eddie, who's sitting over next to you. How do you feel this season will differ for you now you're 2 years in and you're competing against new teams and new players?
First of all, I think it's going to be a lot different moving into this conference. Not sure what the players are, what they're capable of doing. But on the standpoint of just the experience, I think that's going to come into play a lot. I think it's going to be really good because now I just got a feel for the game way better than I have ever. And I'm just going to be able to fly around a lot better than I ever have.
Thank you. Coach, we noticed no returning top special teams players were listed in your preseason capsule. With that in mind, give us some insight in that area of special teams this year.
It's a point of emphasis, and really it's always a point of emphasis mostly for head coaches, but we've actually, as we're putting our fall camp schedule together, it's got to be something that we do take more of an active approach. We do return our punter, and actually Eddie does some of our long snapping for us. So we are returning some of our specialists. Kicker will be, we have 3 guys that'll be competing for it here this fall. And then it'll be pretty close to the same schematics. It's just finding a way to put our skill players in a little bit better position to help us on special teams. But every year you walk in, and that's a big emphasis for a head coach, but we've got to make sure that our big thing is how we practice it, how we teach it in meetings, and getting all our kids to buy in on the fact that a lot of field position is changing hands in those snaps.
Coach, finally, before I let you go, talk to us about your schedule and how you're going to prepare your team for the season coming.
Yeah, we're going to play an old NSIC foe in our opener, so we're going to go up to Concordia St. Paul. So that'll be good for our kids, go up there on a Thursday night, and then we come back home for 3 home games. We're actually playing Missouri S&T, a league member, twice. So that first one will be considered a non-conference game. So we've got St. Ambrose, Missouri S&T, and Michigan Tech. So it'll be a little bit different in the fact that we've been in the NSIC. It's been a closed league, so every week you at least have an idea of what you're getting. So for our staff and our kids, this will be a little bit of a different experience. We, compared to our 2022 schedule, roll into our 2023, we don't play one opponent that we played this year. Last time we played Concordia was 2021. So from that standpoint, it'll be new each week. But I think our staff and our kids are ready to prepare and go have some fun.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here today. Coach Eddie Zacarius, thanks for being with us, and best of luck this season.